I decided to learn sign language to surprise my mom's deaf boyfriend and discovered much more about my mother's relationship than I wanted to know. He's been around for about 8 months now. I know I should probably stop calling him my mom's boyfriend like he's some temporary situation, but old habits. He showed up last spring, quiet and steady, and just kind of slotted into our lives without making a big production out of it. No forced bonding trips. No awkward, I'm not trying to replace your dad speeches. He just existed in the house like a person, which honestly was more than I expected. And the more I watched him, the more I actually liked him. He brings my mom coffee every morning before she's even fully awake. Not because she asked, just because he noticed she needs it. He fixed the bathroom faucet that had been dripping for 2 years without saying a word about it. One day it was dripping, the next it wasn't. He just handled it. No announcement. No waiting for a thank you. He communicates mostly through lip reading and written notes with me, which works fine. But I started feeling guilty about it. Like I was making him do all the work. My mom had already learned sign language by the time they hit the 3-month mark, and watching them have full fluid conversations while I just stood there nodding started to feel embarrassing. I wanted to actually talk to him, not around him, so I started learning. 30 minutes every night after dinner. Tutorials on my laptop with the volume low so nobody would hear. I made myself a little notebook with the signs I kept forgetting. My plan was Christmas morning. Walk downstairs, look him in the eye, and sign, "Welcome to the family." Clean, simple, no big speech. Just a gesture that said, "I see you. I made an effort. You matter here." I had the whole moment mapped out in my head. What I did not map out was spending the next 4 months accidentally eavesdropping on my mother's relationship in real time. It started small. A comment here, a joke there. Stuff I probably wasn't supposed to catch, but wasn't exactly scandalous either. I told myself I was just picking up vocabulary. Technically I was. Then it escalated. These two have absolutely zero awareness that anyone around them can read what they're saying. My mom especially. She treats sign language like a private frequency, like she and her boyfriend are the only two people on earth tuned in. And because I never told anyone I was learning, she had no reason to think otherwise, so she just kept signing. I'd be at the kitchen table doing homework, and she'd be across the room having what I can only describe as a full HBO conversation with her hands. He'd respond, she'd laugh. I'm sitting 3 feet away eating cereal like a ghost who didn't ask to be haunted. There were moments I had to physically look down at my notebook and pretend to write something just to give my face somewhere to go. You cannot react. You cannot flinch. You cannot do anything that suggests you understood what your mother just signed about her feelings on a Tuesday night in the kitchen. The worst part was realizing she signs faster when she's enthusiastic about something. I know this now. I have data on this. I did not want this data, and it wasn't just 1 or 2 incidents. It was consistent. Dinner table, living room. One time in the car when I was sitting in the back seat and they were in the front, and I made the mistake of glancing up from my phone. I looked back down immediately. I considered throwing the phone out the window just to have something to do. I couldn't say anything. That was the trap I'd built for myself. Coming clean meant explaining that I'd been secretly learning for months, which would have made the whole Christmas surprise fall apart, and also made me look like I'd been intentionally spying, which I wasn't. I was just collateral damage in my own home, so I sat with it for weeks, just silently accumulating information I never asked for, nodding along at dinner like a normal person, going to bed every night slightly more traumatized than the day before. Christmas morning I woke up and almost didn't do it. Almost just let the whole thing go, buried the sign language notebooks under my bed, pretended the last 4 months hadn't happened. But I'd put in the work, and I actually did want him to know that. So I walked downstairs. They were both in the kitchen. My mom had her coffee. He was leaning against the counter. Normal morning. I looked at him and signed, "Welcome to the family." My mom made a sound I'd never heard her make before. She covered her mouth and started crying almost immediately. He went completely still, just stared at me. Then his expression shifted into something I couldn't fully read, somewhere between touched and stunned. He looked at my mom, then back at me, and I watched the exact moment the math started happening behind his eyes. How long does it take to learn that? When did he start? How many conversations has he been sitting inside of without us knowing? He didn't say anything, neither did I. My mom was still crying. The coffee was getting cold, and I just stood there while he quietly replayed every single thing they'd ever signed in front of me.